Every time you don't spend like the money from your pocket, you don't spend it, like you don't buy anything, you've saved it. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to look at how you're going to save your money, like to cut the budget for your feeding and you still have a healthy diet. That is what we want to look at. How you can stay having a healthy diet, but when you have reduced on the budget, on the expenses, on the expenditures that you're putting on food. Welcome once again, Christina, the principal farmer. I'm a real life coach, especially for today's video as you're watching it. Welcome once again. What I'm saying, you're going to cut the expenses of your feeding. You're going to cut them and reduce them, but you stay having a healthy diet. How are you going to do that? Number one, if you are somebody staying in your own compound, try to do some small farming. What are you going to farm? If in case you can manage to do some vegetables, they are the best. These things, because we eat daily, we need to feed daily, they are needed daily. Things like tomatoes, onions, the green vegetables, those leafy vegetables, the cabbage, the kales, spinach, all those things. Sometimes some mothers, especially those days when I used to be with them as we are working, we could leave work and you find all of them are just running to the markets. Somebody's like, let me pick some tomatoes, let me pick some onions, let me pick some leafy vegetables for my supper, for my dinner, things of that kind. So if you have some little space, put those things. There is a way those things can save your money because they are needed on every cooking. We are going to save a lot. We are cutting our budget and saving a lot of money. If like you have 3 potatoes like these ones here, you're going to stay having your health meal, because if you have your tomatoes to do the cooking, your onions like the ones I've always shown you in my backyard gardens. Yes, and before I continue, I want to thank the mothers who are taking their time to come and visit the principal farm, and they're like, hey, we want to be serious moms with some good food on the table, like Christina, the principal farmer. So guys, moms who are visiting me, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. You learn with me how we can have a healthy diet for our children, for our people in the homes. But today we are cutting the costs. We are reducing the budget. If you have 3 potatoes like this, can they make a meal for you to get satisfied? Yes, it is very much possible. Get your tomatoes from the backyard. Get your onions from the backyard. Get your kales. Like for me, as these ones are going off, the mature ones, the young ones are coming. And I make sure I have a lot of food. Especially when it is raining like now. There is no way you can say you don't have vegetables in your home. Farm with the principal farmer. The real life coach. Subscribe is what I mean. Like if you're meeting us for the first time, you're meeting this channel for the first time, please, these 3 potatoes as you're seeing them, you can still add a few things. Cut the costs. You don't need a lot of potatoes, buying a lot of potatoes. Then the rest of the things to do the cooking, pick them from your backyard. Please use that space in your backyard. Maximize the use of that space. Don't just leave it there and you're like, maybe let me just get somebody to weed around here such that I don't have the bushes, such that snakes don't invade me. Hey, you have even grass where snakes can pass to invade you. Use that space, please. Especially the women who are watching this channel, I love you. You just sleep on my head like hair. Yes, the women who are farming with Christine, we can do this together. What are you going to do? And we grow a lot of food. Number 2, use all the available resources that you can find that can help you to grow food. When I talk of resources, people are going to see what resources. Yes, some of us, we've done some farming even in the sack, in containers, in bags. And you find the onion comes out looking like of this size. If you have a family of 3 people, 4 people, you may not even use it for cooking your vegetables and it's done. So use all the available resources, all of them, and make sure you maximize their use. These resources which are around you, which are surrounding you, the chicken poo, if you have some 3 or 4 chicken being kept in your backyard, bring their manures and rotate them in the gardens. You'll be able to have a lot of food. You'll be able to collect a lot of tomatoes. You'll be able to collect a lot of onions. And you do your cooking. And you have that aroma in the kitchen and everyone is like, hey, what is smelling like this? That aroma is coming from where? That Christine's Gardens. They have given us some spring onions, which are tasty and beautiful. They have given us good food. Yes, it is very much possible. We can have a healthy diet with the few resources that are available. It's very, very much possible. We are going to do it. Number 3, what you're going to do, such that you stay having a healthy diet. However, you have chopped, you have cut the budget short, but it is still a healthy diet. Number 3, in that little space, put at least 1 fruit tree. I've seen with the fruits, after eating them, you can find you're already satisfied. So these potatoes which have remained, these ones here, you'll just find yourself, you need to cook them just to be around, to be available. But if you have eaten, for example, papaya, sometimes I can cut a medium-sized one. And I find I've eaten it all, like if I'm from my garden work and I'm tired. And I find I've eaten it all. I have in plenty, like papaya. After eating this papaya, you'll find you have the vegetables to add on your meal. On your 3 potatoes, that's why I'm not even putting them down. Yes, I want us to farm together and enjoy. You have eaten your papaya. It's already in the stomach. You have your 3 potatoes. You have the kales to add on this. The tomatoes to do the cooking. The onions. What more do we need? You have eaten the papaya. It's already in the stomach. Hey, if your intestines are not complaining, then what more do you need? Just go and grow a lot of fruits if possible. But if you have that little small space, that little or small space, what are you going to do? Put at least 1 papaya. Avocado. A mango. Don't plant these small tiny mangoes which somebody can eat. The threads remain in the teeth after eating. We are going to go for quality. You eat one like this and you're like, another one will be for tomorrow. Those are the results we want to hear. Those are the things we want to know. People have eaten only one and they are like, hey, I think I'll add another one after 30 minutes. Yes, plant at least 1 avocado. You add a piece of avocado on this Irish here. What more do you need? You'll be able to farm, cut the costs of feeding and still stay with a healthy diet. Actually, before I continue, why I'm bringing this, a friend of mine, we've been together since when we were 13 years. We've been close friends. She told me, she has a nursery school, and she told me, when I release my children to go back home, they first ask me, teacher, what are we going to eat tomorrow? I said, what? Instead of thinking of the homework and all those things and the good food they are going to have in their homes, they were happy with the school food. Why? This is somebody who has been watching my channel from the beginning. Because I've told you, she has been my friend ever since when we were 13 years. Just starting the teenage age, we were friends. So she told me, my children are just very happy because of the way we cook. And thank you for motivating me, for training me to farm better. Yes, we graduated together. Then she also left her work and started her own small business. I'm also started a farm. Please, let's farm. Let's have a lot of food on the table. The last but not the least, what you're going to do to save yourself of these expenses. To save yourself of all the costs running up and down. You're like, I need food. This one we need to buy. This one we need to do ABCD. The last but not the least, I always end with the best. For those of you who have been following me to the last bit, Guys, I just love you. I feel we need to farm more together and encourage another person to come and join us. We do this together. We create very many hunger-free communities. That is what I want. So the last, what are you going to do to save yourself of these expenses, to reduce them? During the time of plenty, there is always a time for plenty. And me farming in the semi-arid areas, northern Uganda, East Africa, Africa here, I've really seen the time of plenty and the time of scarcity. The time of scarcity, it comes with very hot, dry, windy sunshine, and people don't have food. But right now it is raining. Those who have just harvested the nuts, they are complaining, we can't dry them. Christine, if you can buy, I have 2 bags. I tell them, send them, and I buy. After buying, the times of scarcity, you use those same nuts to get workers to work in the farm. So during the time of plenty, for you who has just joined this channel, who has just seen us today, you could be like, I'm staying in an area where I don't know very many farmers. Please, your network is your net worth. You'll be able to connect and tell what is in the village. Christine, what have you harvested? Let it be sent to you, put it in the store. There is a gentleman that whenever I read about him in my Bible, somebody's going to say, again, she has started preaching. Please, I talked to a farmer 3 days ago. 3 days ago, and I told her, she was like, every time you talk to us, you tell us about God. It is just interesting. She had planted a lot of maize, corn. And she was like, now, my corn is looking like this. It is at this stage. I told her, yes, by the grace of God, you'll harvest. She sent me a photo that her maize was swept away by a lot of rains. So in such circumstances, I was like, do I have to laugh? I told her it's a pity, because there is nobody we can blame. God just brought the rain and phew, everything swept away. So when I'm talking about God, I've seen how he has taken care of my gardens. During the times of scarcity and the times of plenty, he's there. Genesis 41, Genesis chapter 41, it shows us the time of plenty and how people used it. Let me show you. It is just Genesis 41, verse 47. Here we are, 47. During the 7 years of plenty, the land produced abundant crops, all of which Joseph collected and stored. Okay, let me just leave that. There was so much corn that Joseph stopped measuring it. It was like sand of the sea. It was like sand of the sea. There was so much corn that Joseph stopped measuring it. It was like sand of the sea. So this gentleman used the time of plenty and he stored the food. After storing all the food, it was too much like sand. The time of scarcity, just picked and ate. So we are trying to see how to cut the budget and we stay having a healthy diet. Follow those 4 steps. Plant something. Use all the available resources. Don't keep a compound which can pack 7 cars. Reduce it. There is a doctor who told me she has reduced her compound and she's calling me to go and visit her. She's a doctor she's a doctor. So she told me, you need to visit me. I've cut my compound and I've put some small fruits. Actually, she wanted strawberries for that place. And I gave her the seedlings to put strawberries. So during the time of scarcity, store food. Plant some vegetables. Use all the available resources. Put a fruit tree. All will be well in Jesus' name. I love you, family. Subscribe if you're new on this channel. We farm together. Create very many hunger-free communities. All will be well in Jesus' name. I sign out. Be blessed in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Love you.